So, last time we did manage to annex Germany. We lost a lot of men in there, and I think we lost like at least a full 1,000 manpower, probably a lot more than that actually. And it lasts for... Hold on, we started at like September 43? Or somewhere around there. So, 7 months-ish, I think. Hold on, adjust that track. Almost 7 months here. Right, so now we still need to destroy Italy, and technically we are still also at war with Japan, but Japan is probably not going to be that big of a problem for us. It's a bit far away, as you might imagine. So I've already given some orders for the troops between the streams here. For example, I'm going to be moving Alberto's army pretty much entirely into the Eastern Front already, because after the Western Axis have been destroyed, we'll probably have like I don't know, 2-year build-up. Then we're gonna do a war against the Soviets if we can. Or at least we'll try to have a bit of last hurrah against the other nations, and we are gonna be keeping the option of joining the Allies open. Of course, we can't join them yet, but we are certainly. Actually, no, we're not drifting towards the Allies anymore. Hello, Alberto. How's it going? I just said that your army is going to the east already to set up like a... I'm already planning ahead a little bit on how we're going to do the assault on Soviets, so we'll have probably Hauptmann's army, because that has a lot of infantry tanks and mechanized troops and that sort of stuff, to take out Minsk and then push towards like Smolensk. Then we'll have... doing fine, oh, glad to hear it. Then we'll have Massa's army on like Estonia and Latvia, and to push like to this river line and kind of encircle Leningrad from the south. Then Ansang's army is going to be in Finland, holding the ground there, and if possible advancing a little bit. Of course, there's probably going to be so much enemies that I'm not entirely sure how much we'll be able to do. But like, that's going to be the northern armies. Then in the south we'll have Alberto's, mine, and maybe Dentros's. And we'll try to take out like at least western Ukraine. Oh, you need to upgrade to full queue and recovers a little manpower. We currently have, I'm building up a lot of things already. I've set up infrastructure, well, we got the planes that we set up last time, but police centers and that sort of things to set up so that we'll actually get some resources from Germany and other places as well. But eventually we will, but like there's going to be like, presumably if, let's say, Italy falls before the end of the year, then it's probably going to be at the earliest, if they don't declare war on us, then at the earliest 1947 or something like that before we declare war on the Soviets. So we will be having plenty of time to do that. Of course, once Italy falls, we'll stop the stream and I'll do the rest, or the time skip, so to speak, off camera, because there's going to be a lot of time spent and not a lot of action. Okay, so we've got a little bit of Italian bombers down here still. One in Treviso. Actually, we'll probably go to speed 2 for a little bit still. So I suppose these troops take one of the infantry to support there. The rest of these can start pushing forward. We are getting 75 manpower per month right now. But that might actually change. It's still the first day of this session. Actually, that reminds me, I should probably ask at least Sweden, Denmark, and Norway for the Lend-Lease again. So Sweden? Because Finland was still giving us Lend-Lease. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are. To make sure that we'll have the industry that we need. So yeah, I was looking at the save a little bit before starting, and it looks like the Americans, like all the defenders in Calabria were actually German. By the looks of it. Oh, carrier technology. Okay, so we can get our first carrier unlocked. You know what, I'm going to put that to the top of the list. Just because we can. Also, I did put up some, well, quite a bit out of the research in here as well. For example, I forgot to put in the assault rifles. I may have done that once already, but then we had a crash and we lost like few days worth of time. That's kind of the problem. Right, so there's a fair bit of troops here, but a lot of our troops are rather damaged. Actually, not so much in here. Let's attack into Salo, and we should have the bombers, or at least close air support in here. That's the reserve unit. You are going to be attacking into here. Probably doesn't need to be continuous. These are repairing. Got some bombers over here. Actually, I did realize that we can't actually repair all of these here. So maybe we should send one of these down to, maybe not Trieste. I mean, technically speaking, Innsbruck would be fine. We can repair plenty there. Right, so how much are we getting manpower now? It's still 75. So it's okay amounts, I mean, especially now that there's going to be a lot less combat overall. And especially assuming that we can kind of overrun the Italian front line here, then... Like, the Italians have about 1.75 million? It's Age of Iron 3D. Hello, Mastani, how's it going? We are currently pushing into Italy a little bit here. There's not that many defenders over here, so we'll just take some of those. We'll take a couple more infantry in there, and the rest of these... Well, some of these will help over here. You know, give a bit of an extra width for the combat. Okay, having a slow day. Fair enough. I mean, as long as it's not bad, eh? At least the Italians won't consume as much manpower as the Germans. Yeah, we did spend about 1,000 manpower in the war against the Germans. Plus, we did gain a fair bit of manpower as well, so yeah, it was a bit rough. Oh, and we got some light bombers. Do we have any light bomber groups? Or no, there's going to be a brand new one. We could start placing them down here, or maybe... Oh yeah, Zagreb might not be bad. It's still fairly close to the front, but not too close. I'm not going to increase the reinforcements right now. We've got plenty, and we're still losing manpower. At least to a certain degree. Because now that we are about to take over the German side of the Maginot Line again, it should be fine. At least in the north, and we could probably send some more troops down to the east already. Is this is part of Ansang's army? Right, well, I'm going to send this into Finland then. So how are our combats going in here? So that is probably going to fall soon. There's only one unit defending in Ala. And then over here in Vicenza, there's 3 divisions defending. And then our massive attack from Venice to Padua is also some that is probably going to be done rather soon. Italy switched sides already. I believe the Italian land switching to Germans event at least is no longer a thing in this version. Because that would be a bit annoying. Also, one thing that I should probably check is Italy still technically speaking getting Lend-Lease from... Oh yeah, they're still technically getting Lend-Lease from Germany, even though Germany is not a thing. But if we make Germany into a puppet, then they will be getting Lend-Lease from my puppet, which is not something I want. You know what, I'm going to do the fleet. I'm just going to go no need to reduce the clutter and the points there. And then actually railway and road network, we can get those. What are we? Oh, hydrophone. We are ahead of time. Right, well, we can cancel that one. I think, at least in the war against the Soviets, if and when we do that, at least our navy, or our side's navy, will be bigger than theirs. Right, so we've got a bit of a breakthrough here. Let's send in some other troops in here, and I suppose this can support from Treviso. Hello, Dentrasi, how's it going? We got a bit of air combat down here. We do have some interceptors in here, so we should be still fine, although we did take a fair bit of damage in there. But if we can start pushing through here, then that should be alright. Oh, right, then we got one of these corps. These are particularly heavy troops. I think I'm going to send these to the kind of western area to push to the French border. It's a German puppet when... Hello, it says. German puppet is going to be after Soviets have fallen. Because if we have Germany as a puppet, then technically speaking, there might be a chance where some of the events for the Soviets will fire because they would be at war with Germany. So we're going to try to avoid that. Of course, we're not going to be declaring war on the Soviets anytime soon anyway. think I'm going to reduce the reinforcements a little bit just to make sure that we don't run out of manpower quite as quickly. Lower it down to 40 IC or something like that. Put the upgrades a bit higher as well. Once Soviets have fallen, we might release Germany as a puppet. Of course, what I am thinking, because we got 7 puppets right now, for the Great Puppet Master we need to have 9. So Italy will probably be puppeted, and then what I could do is release Albania as a puppet. Because Albania doesn't really have a lot of resources and like that, so that wouldn't be that big of a problem for us. The number of events the USSR has, if at war with Germany, the latest... That is the best, yeah. We don't necessarily want to give the enemies that much, you know, edge over us. There we go, so we've got some of these modifiers, infantry anti-tank weapons, so now we're going to get the branch upgrades underway. Including the special forces, so I'll put all those 3 at the top of the list. Oh man, we got... Actually, we only got 90 research going on right now, so I'm expecting a bit more, but I suppose that's the start of the day. Or start of the save thingies, which give us like 100% extra, which immediately is taken away, but it just kind of distorts the view a little bit on what we have to use. Yeah, how much do we... Still need 113 manpower. Now we're using 7.5. Which, okay, it still means that in about 10 days we'll be mostly done with our manpower. We do have an infantry over here that is not fighting, so start taking advantage of the gap here in the front. Now, how are the... Oh, yeah. The Americans are pushing from the south, and there's not a lot of troops in here right now. So it's going to be a race. Which one of us can reach Rome first? I reckon. Now, the Americans have like 70 divisions plus some garrisons and a lot of headquarters down there. Whereas we have... I don't actually know how much we have exactly. Let's spread out some of these troops. But yeah, we... Actually, one thing that we do have is total amount of armies is over 3 million already. So we have certainly increased the army size over the period of the game. Right, another bomber. Let's put that to Zagreb. Also, we should probably put that under the headquarters. Oh, right, it is already under the headquarters. That's good. But yeah, eventually we will have Germany as a puppet. But it's going to take probably at least into the 1950s. Maybe even further than that. Okay, Padua, we've won there, and we already got into the province. I'm going to send in 2 over there, 2 over here, and as soon as we win this one, we'll send in the last motorized down south as well. It is marsh, so it's a bit of a slower speed perhaps, but I think it's going to be alright. Oh, and we do actually have a bit more mechanized that we could move forward. Off we go. A Tripoli. Yes, they are. And actually, since it is already 1944, it is possible, although I'm not entirely sure if that will happen, because Germany is no longer a thing. So technically speaking, they might not be D-Day. But if they do a D-Day, then yeah, France is going to be liberated rather quickly, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of troops in there. Right, so we should be pushing through here rather nicely. Aragamo, we won combat there. We're going to keep on pushing further west over here. And we did get some... Oh, wait, no. Those are the troops that are reinforcing. Still need another 100 manpower. Well, I mean, technically speaking, we have roughly the manpower that we need for the reinforcements. Especially considering how much we're using, or how quickly we're using the stuff. We should be getting in just about enough before that. Okay, so we didn't unlock any of these yet. We're getting the light armor design upgrade. Is there anything over here that we need to do? I don't think so. I mean, there might be the armor piercing discarding stabber, but... Oh yeah, that does... Oh, armor piercing is at 7.5. That's not too bad. What about heavy armor? 4 piercing attack, okay. And then infantry... Well, infantry tanks get 3. The support stuff gets some. Infantry piercing get 3. Okay. So it's a little bit. Could certainly be a bit more. Let's go ahead and... Since it seems like we've gotten through Prescia already, just keep on pushing forward. If we can start... Oh, and we did actually get that victory already. Do we have another... I'll send some infantry down there as well. We can send another infantry down to this combat. So it looks definitely like we are going to get a bit of a breakthrough here. At least right now it's kind of looking that way. Now whether that's going to be the case or not remains to be seen. We've got some friendly air force over in Venice. We've got our bombers down here which are still resting. Well, I suppose I'm going to give them ground attack. Defensive, so they will actually repair a little bit. Something like that. Do we have more interceptors down here that are not busy? Well, you are intercepting at least. Is this... Oh, that's not set as a reserve. Well, that would explain a thing or two. And then we got some bombers down here. So we got medium bombers. I'll put these under... or to the northern area here. Because they should be dealing a bit... Well, actually, there's medium bomber and a lot of light bombers. So it's actually not that much. But yeah, we'll do strikes over there. And then the other one... down here. First, we could give you orders to do some just longer range ground attack on this entire region. We will need to do some more intercepting, I reckon, though. That's the reserve group. You're intercepting. I'm going to give you orders to intercept down this area. That should be alright. And we are already taking the next area. We're under attack there for a little bit. But that doesn't seem to be a problem right now, although we still got the cooldown so we can't attack quite immediately. We won the Battle of Ferrara. Excellent, and we already got in there with several divisions. Oh man, can we? Oh yeah, if we can attack into Bologna, that would be really sweet. Do we still have... I suppose we could send in some infantry down to this combat. Although, oh yeah, we can fit in more troops there. There we go, that's going to make a bit of a difference. Let's send some there, and actually not that one. That's a bit damaged. But these 3 into Ferrara as well. And now we're no longer having the cooldown, so we're going to send in 4 of these, attack into Bologna. Now we should be able to punch through here quite nicely, because we got some tanks on all of these. Mostly light tanks, to be fair. Actually, only light tanks. But still, there's a little bit tanks, and the enemy doesn't really have the piercing to deal with that. Plus, it's just headquarters and fascist militia, so not exactly the finest of troops, I might say. Oh, they're abandoning Milano. We don't have any troops there yet. We could probably send in someone to Cremona. And these are... I'm going to move these into Venice, I think. A bit more infrastructure there, so they will be recovering a little bit faster. Although they're not going to be reinforcing any faster. Overall recovery is going to be slightly faster, I reckon. Okay, so let's go ahead and send one of these there. A few others into Cremona. There we go, one in Verona. And we can already start attacking. Well, we only got 4 divisions there. Let's just take 2 down here. Attack into Mantua. I suppose we could send in these 3 to attack into Modena. Where's the Italian general coin? Romania, USA. Toss. Does the distance between the leader group and the troops matter? If it's too far, then yes. Like, if it's beyond their reach, then they don't get the bonuses from the hierarchy, like any of the higher commanders. They give their troops some bonuses. And the higher on the command chain the unit, well, the general is, then the less it is going to give the bonuses, but it's going to give the bonuses to more units. So it kind of balances out. I don't suppose we got... No, not right now. I suppose we should start preparing for the war in the east, so start getting some planes there. But yeah, until the line is broken, it's not going to be an issue. But of course, if you're advancing rather quickly, then it's going to be broken fairly soon. But luckily these troops should... Oh, right. Oh, this is part of Taz's army. I'll send them to Venice. We can divert them from there to elsewhere. Right, so I did want to start using these to maybe catch some of these, for example. I'm going to give a support attack over there. Move one through there. Send in another one across the river. But yeah, if we can kind of start encircling the troops already. Although I'm not entirely sure if we will be able to succeed in that, but we can try. We've got bombings in Milano. We're doing some damage. Right, actually, let's send the infantry to attack into Milano. These two can start attacking into Como. And then there is an opening there, so we'll try to utilize it to our advantage. And these Huffman's troops... Oh, right, these are bloody slow, aren't they? They were supposed to be on helping on the combats here, but they have a bit too slow. I mean, I suppose it is a bit muddy, and it's probably kind of winter still in the Alps, so it kind of makes sense that it's not going to be the fastest. If we get paratroopers, can they get under your army? Get the special forces together? Sure. We currently have only one unit of paratroopers, but eventually, yeah, we can certainly get more. Like, especially against the Soviets, I wonder if we can wrestle the air control. That might be the biggest question. Right, so now we unlock the tank upgrades. There's going to be a lot of upgrades coming in. Oh, right, it was the... Well, the armor construction, and that is now ahead of time. Oh, interlock weld armor construction, so that's even more armor for tanks. Sure. I'll take it. But yeah, we could probably have a corps of paratroopers at some point. Especially now that we've already unlocked the 4-engine transport plane. So we could have maybe some of those to do the drops. Now, how much actual use they'll see, I can't really tell you. Because we're not in that war. So we're getting almost 80 manpower per month right now. Oh, did we? Oh, yeah. These should probably help in attacking Ravenna. That's going to break rather soon than I reckon. And then you can maybe push there. These can push in here. Let's get another mechanized to attack over here against the tank. Excellent. Do we have any... I think we will win Milano. There's not that many troops in there. Let's send in the light, all the motorized troops into Pavia. Right, there's actually a bit more troops there than what we have, by the looks of it, but at least it's going to keep them busy, if nothing else. We'll probably send in this one forward. Right, we're getting some troops across the river now. You can attack there, you can attack here. Just exploit the gap as much as possible. And this one, oh yeah, Ravenna has fallen. We can attack again. Well, we've been doing that. But thanks for informing us, game. Go ahead and start attacking into Forli as well. So we're not that far away from Rome, but how far are the Americans are? Well, actually, yeah, they haven't really left the toes yet off the boot, but they will certainly do that if we give them time. We need to be kind of blitzing through all of this as much as possible. It looks like our officer ratio is also going up a little bit now, although I suppose that's mostly because we're not losing as much manpower. Where is this? Oh, cruiser ammunition and thickness. Do we need synthetics? I don't want to lose ICs. I'm gonna go stockpile is big enough. Oh, heavy industry in Chisinau. Chisinau, isn't that the one in here? Well, we had a max amount of industry there already, so that was actually quite nicely placed. Right, so the cruise ammunition is ahead of time now. And indeed it is. All roads lead to Rome. Well, I certainly hope so.